Hey everybody, hope you've had a good week. It's me, here to give you my recap of the week's news. Now listen, I realize that I normally do this on Friday, and this is actually Saturday that I'm doing this, but I've got a good excuse. Yesterday, my little high school, Rabun County High School in Clayton, Georgia, well, Tiger, Georgia, actually, did something that's never happened before, and it kind of got our town pretty excited. Our boys' basketball team took off on a bus and went down to Macon, Georgia, for the state championships. And those boys came back legends because they did something no other team has ever done in the history of our school, and they became state champions. They went down and kicked butt and did a great job, and congratulations. From now on, forever, in our little town, in our little county, y'all will always be part of history. So congratulations on that. Congratulations. Now, I did hear somewhere along the way that in 1990, our golf team won state championship. If I'm wrong on that and I left them out, I apologize. Because I'm one of those that believes in all sports and all school activities, and everything should be treated equally. And if our golf team did it, good on you. I apologize for leaving you out. So anyway, high school basketball team, Rabun County High School boys team, congratulations, state champions. Woo-hoo. All right, another news. I don't know about y'all, and I do know about y'all. This time change is kicking my butt. I'm one of those that I like it daylight later in the day. I love that part of this. But this getting up in the morning and it's dark outside, and I'm old, so I get up at like 5 o'clock. Well, now I've got about 2.5 hours worth of dark before it starts lightening up outside, and it's killing me. But in the always wisdom-filled United States Congress, every year or every 6 months when this happens, they'll start, running their mouths. We've got to change this. We can legislate this. Okay, well, you can, but you don't. However, this time, Representative Greg Steube from Florida, he's a Republican, doesn't matter, has made a great suggestion. Let's do it half an hour instead of an hour, and we'll change it that way. He has to be part of the everybody gets a trophy generation. Really, dude? What's half an hour going to do? Just like Congress to go in and put out some half-ass remedy to save everything. Shut up and go sit down. Next. I love Senator Kennedy from Louisiana. I don't always agree with him, but I think he is a good dude. So this past week, he was in a Senate hearing talking about sanctuary cities, and he was interviewing a guy named David Bier. Mr. Bier, you are everything that is wrong with American politics. Everything. You're a prick. You're a smart mouth, and you need to start learning some respect for people in positions of power. You were rude with your little cocky attitude and your I know best philosophy. Shut up and sit down. This is what's wrong with us. We got to stop this. You were being asked relatively intelligent questions, but yet you had to be a little prick and come back with a smart A answer on everything that was asked of you. You're the problem, dude. You're the problem. Another problem, he was a Democrat. So, I guess I'm going to kick another Democrat down now, too. Democrats, y'all could fumble on the 1 yard line in a 50-0 scored game and still screw up. Open the government back up. You have already funded ICE through 2029. So by taking the paychecks away from TSA agents, that does nobody any good except make the American public mad going into spring break season. And now they have 3.5 hour lines standing in airports waiting to get on their planes. Y'all are stupid. Stupid. Democrats, open the government back up. Now, also speaking of stupid, let's talk about Senator Lindsey Graham. So this past week, in an interview, the senator said that he was going back to his state of South Carolina to ask his constituents to send their sons and daughters to war. Or no, he said our sons and daughters to war. It's always the ones like Lindsey that don't have a dog in this fight. Because Lindsey, you don't have kids. You're like me. You don't have kids. And for you to be sitting there telling other people that they need to be willing to sacrifice their children to go to war, Lindsey, shut up and sit down. Seriously. Now, like me, we all understand why Lindsey doesn't have children. Although, I'm upfront about my reason. Lindsey, maybe you should be too. Just saying. So, that's kind of the news of the week. I know it was kind of like rough, so let's end it on this way. Rabun County High School Wildcat basketball team. Y'all kicked butt, and y'all made us all proud. Thank you for going and representing our schools and our county and your parents and your families and your friends and all of us back in Rabun County who were ever in that school, who cheered for that school, whatever. Thank you for making us proud. Thank you for Coach Adcock for getting them there. And congratulations. Forevermore, you will be named the first state champions in Rabun County High School Wildcat basketball ever. That's pretty awesome. Now listen, y'all go have a good week. Go win a state championship. Tell everybody you love them, especially your mama. Y'all have a good day.